In a few of my previous videos, I showed the yellow belt, orange belt, and purple belt freestyle techniques. Now, I know those aren't commonly done in American Kenpo anymore, but I still love them. I think they're a great way to work on your basic fundamentals. And as I said before, to bridge the gap between your sparring and your self-defense techniques, so they're not separate entities. You learn how to take your sparring moves and your freestyle and incorporate them, and sometimes you can even throw in actual self-defense techniques right in the mix using the equation formula. Something that, to my knowledge, has really not been shown very much, if at all, is the blue belt freestyle techniques, and I'm going to demonstrate them today, at least the first chunk of them. I'm going to do them in probably 3 parts. So I'm going to start off with the blue belt, B1A PDK. But if you remember way back at B1A, we started left to left. So base meant base move, B meant base move. One was an in-place stance change, and the B1A was a high punch, whereas the B1B was the uppercut punch. At blue belt, everything changes. Now I start in a right neutral bow, whereas Matt is in a left neutral bow. So up to this point, we've really worked left to left, which I would argue is probably most common because most people are right-handed. They use their front hand and their power hand as their back hand. But now we're switching it up where I'm the good guy, Matt's the bad guy, and I start with my right foot forward. I know when Matt and I fight, often when we fight, we switch stances. So tools and ideas of what to do when someone fights with the other foot forward is important. So B1A PDK, I'm close enough where I can touch. Now the problem is if I know it's sometimes taught this way, if I check with this hand, I just got hit. So what I want to do is actually hold him with the back hand, and then do my B1A. So I'm going to go B1A, and then P, and I drag up and I front kick. Okay, so that's B1A PDK. P is punch, DK is drag kick. So if I do that one again, I want B1A, P, and I did my drag kick, which means B1B PDK is I do my uppercut, never hit the same zone twice. I hit, I drag up, and I front kick the body. Now, realistically, when you're fighting someone, it is extremely rare, for this purpose I'll just go left to left, that we're close enough that we could touch. Usually when you're that close, one person is trying to end the fight, and they think they got the person. Or ego's involved, and it's just an exchange fest. Whoever lands the big knockout wins. So I know when Matt and I fight, we're almost never this close. So we're usually at about this range, about 2 arm lengths away, maybe a little closer, where we can use our legs and use a bit more distance management. So B2A PDK is I do a push drag. So I'm shuffling up, grabbing, punching, drag up and kick. So I went high, middle, and then I finish with my kick, which means B2B PDK is I up and I do that front kick. Now 3, if you remember from yellow, orange, purple, was a front crossover and a step out. Now again, similar, but my right foot is forward. So I'm going to go slow. I go B3A, or I can also step all the way through and then do my strike. Okay? So B3B is I front crossover, I step, and upper, and I launch my kick. So I could launch the punch as I cross over. I generally, if they're moving back, I can't really reach them, so I'll take that little extra step for the punch. Now B4A PDK will be the same, but I'll step through on the P, on the punch. So I'm like this, I'll do the same as 3, where they're backing up, but now I check, but I drag up and do my kick at the end, which means B4B PDK is front crossover, step through, now you notice I hit him high because the uppercut hit low, expose the face, finish with the gut kick. B5A PDK is an interesting one. Normally on B5A, when we're left to left, it's a step through and a punch or an uppercut for the AB version. But now, because I'm right to left, I don't want to be doing this because his other hand is going to hit me. So I'm still going to punch with my right hand. In other words, if I put my right hand behind my head, I'm not allowed to use it, and just do this, it off balances me. So B5A, but then I do an arcade, which is a roundhouse kick. Be to the groin, to the ribs, depending on where the hands are. So that was B5AP, but then we threw an arcade. B5B, PRK. I'm in the right neutral, he's in the left. Is I do the uppercut, and I drag up, and I roundhouse kick. Now the last two are kind of tricky. It is B6A, P, HK, BK. So what we're doing here, if I just go to a right neutral bow and do nothing but a rear crossover back kick, which we do in tons of our Kenpo techniques, when we cover out, survey, go back in. If I just did that slow motion, it would be this. Really easy. But as I do my rear cross, I'm going to do my punch. So I'm going to go B6A, P, G. And then if you get close, G, I do my heel kick and my back knuckle. What I did it as a scoop. If the punch backs him up far, I might turn the HK into a back kick, still kicking with the heel by definition. So he backs up, now look, now he's in range for the next two, which means B6B, HK, would be, I do my rear cross. By the way, whenever I do these, this could be a strike. It doesn't have to be a check. So let's say I do my rear cross and uppercut, and he backs up. Okay. Then I scoop, I throw my back knuckle. Or if I hit him hard enough and he backs up a little farther, I might substitute the heel scoop for the heel kick, back kick. So if I hit him hard enough, he might be right in range for the longer range weapon, which was the back kick, and finish with the BK, which is the back knuckle. So that was B1A, P, B, DK, all the way up to B6B, HK, BK. That's the first chunk of blue. Try it out. We'll film the other ones soon.